if you're stuck in your life and you are very frustrated later that you are stuck, you procrastinate, that you don't do anything, you don't do enough, maybe it's time to think about yourself a little bit differently. Maybe if you look into the nature, like behind us, it's blooming, everything is like going to ripen. And then there comes winter after this harvest season, and the nature rests and basically prepares for the next harvest. And maybe we are also like this. And when we never allow ourselves to be fully resting and fully just procrastinating, we call it procrastinating, but I think it's just regular, normal phase of life. And when we don't allow this, we'll never be really fully thriving and blooming.
Stuck is a very universal problem that everybody's experiencing from time to time, and we just call it stuck. But that stuck time, when you feel like you're not moving forward, you're just staying in the same place, is it really wasted time? Or are there a lot of things happening anyways behind the scenes that that you're not even aware of? So it's also really good to sometimes just have these times when you're not super productive, when you are not meditating every day or not constantly focusing on your future. It's normal when there are also times when you're just
Living.
living.
We also sometimes get very frustrated with our, things are not moving forward. We are not evolving the way we want to evolve. And, our future selves are somewhere in the future and we still want to be in the future. Everybody just wants to create our new you and future you. And we forget that we live in a now, in right here and right now. So we deserve to be also living in the now, in a sense that, hey, we work, we achieve something, and then we have to enjoy it. We have to anchor us in that reality. And how do you know that you're anchored in that reality? Is that you become bored, you become feeling that you are stuck. But maybe we just learned how to name it, that we procrastinate and that we are stuck. And we should name it differently. Maybe in the future people will laugh at us and say, haha, these people really thought they procrastinate and they should have lived differently. In 20 years, people could laugh at us and say, oh my gosh, they were self-punishing machines,
Oh
those
yeah.
people.
Like it feels like this heavy energy, like you just can't move forward. But do you have to constantly do that? Do you constantly have to move forward and change yourself?
In nature, there is also not all the time sunny weather. There are storms, there is rain, there is snow, ice, and so on. Wherever you live, you know how nature could be. And it's not all the time sunny. And is it bad thing? Is it really bad thing that there is storm and rain? Or is it actually nourishing something else, some different part of nature, some sites which we say, oh, we want to have all the time only hot weather, nice, sunny, but then everything will dry out, So,
We are living in polarity after all, but it would be so beneficial for all of us if we just switch that mindset of I am stuck to something I'm flowing. I'm in flow and I let life happen as well and I'm living. I choose to live and not feel guilty when you have times when you're not feeling that productive. Don't
yeah.
feel bad for it. Like, enjoy it as well. Like, okay, I have now a phase when I'm reading a lot of books, and now I have a phase where I don't read at all. And not feel like, I should, and I thought I have this new habit. No, just live.
I have this pile of books which I want to read. And I know that I should do meditations every single day, and I know I should exercise and eat very well. And if you think about how many shoulds you can count in a life in one day, which you should do, you can go also very upset. You can be very upset about yourself because there's a lot of shoulds. And I don't think child which is born to this planet thinks that the child should start to walk in a year or in 2 years
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever.
I imagine if we already started from baby
Yeah,
age,
yeah.
what we should be doing. I should already speak because I'm already this age. So,
And I heard this amazing psychologist which works with children, and he said, don't worry, if you don't trust in yourself, you have already learned how to walk. And it's the hardest thing you can do in your life to learn how to walk, and how many times we fell, or how many things we had to consider. We were just laying baby, living in some water, and then in like, 1.5 years, we just learned how to walk. And until today, most of us walk.
Mm-hmm.
And we can be proud of ourselves. And if you can learn how to walk, you can basically do anything. It's our nature. It's the evolution, right? It's really sad also for me to observe my mind, how I can very nicely evaluate me, how not good enough I am, or when I can get into this state, oh, we are stuck, we don't move forward the way we want, our business is not very much thriving in the moment or so, and or I am not healing fast enough, and then I should double down on meditation and this.
Mm-hmm.
We did all, and it's still not moving. Why? Because we forgot one thing: we forgot to live. We still have to think about what we have to do, but life is happening right now, and we have to really live. So we also forget. I, for example, was very high performer, and I wasn't even thinking that to enjoy, to procrastinate intentionally is actually very important thing in life. I thought you should do, this, cold plunges, running, all these things. You have to have schedule. And then when I was taking out of that, I was thinking, oh my gosh, am I able even to do anything else than this?
I remember there are these teachings from the enlightened people, and there was this question, so what am I supposed to do when I'm enlightened? What is life about? And the answer was chop wood, carry water. It's just every day, you have to make sure you're warm, you have to make sure that you have food and water. It's like everyday life. That's that's like our experience here. Why would we have to constantly be so tense and stressed about being stuck and we are not moving forward fast enough and we are not where we are supposed to be by now? No, it's life, and like enjoy it. Because once you are 90, 100 years old, you'll be looking back and you'll just be happy that you could live this life. You will not be thinking that you should have been further along, because it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Or you should have read 2 books more or 5 books
Yeah.
more, and there is still something more which can finally enlighten you. Or now it's very popular to have 5 to 10 steps skincare routine. Can you imagine 5 to 10 steps only about your skin, then about your body, then about your
God.
family, about your meditation practice? It's crazy.
And it's obvious then we will not want to do anything anymore.
No, then you want to
You will resign.
procrastinate
Yeah.
because your body says, oh my gosh, it's too much. I started with the skincare routine, my skin is glowing, but the soul is crying
Yeah.
because there
Imagine the
is no
soul.
time.
Imagine the soul got a contract to say, okay, you'll be living this life here, and you will have to do the 5-step skincare routine every single day, and then you have to do the 5-step workout routine and this and that. No, I don't think so. That's not why we're
Then
here.
there is the red light therapy and other therapies and all the injections which you could take. And oh my gosh, the mind offers so many possibilities. But the worst which we can harvest is uncultivated mind. So whatever you do in life, you put on Instagram or Facebook or whatever social media, and there is millions of tips how to make your life better. Remember that by scrolling, I remember that too for me. By scrolling, I'm making my mind worse. And if I make my mind worse, my brain worse, and stressed more because I have to do this, and I have to do the tick for us because it's natural for us to finish task. And if we don't finish, we don't feel calm. Then we have to remember that we are master of our mind, and we have to focus very clearly that we want to manage our mind. And when we do that, we are very likely to be feeling more free in our life, because you finish one skincare routine and there is hundreds of more because they work better or they have whatever results. For example, the skincare, I'm saying.
I think it's just important when you're in this phase where you feel stuck, when you feel like you are not where you're supposed to be, just own it. Own it and say, hey, I'm having a phase where I'm not reading at the moment.
Yeah.
Just be fine with it. It's all right. And we're curious also to hear from you if you could also imagine to live the life differently, not to live it from the emotion of I'm stuck and I should be somewhere else, but actually like I am living my life. That's what I'm here for. I am living. We are human beings. We are living. We're being.
I have to tell you a story. I was with my traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, and he was doing the entrance appointment with me, which means that you get so many questions. And he was asking me questions, and I was catching myself how I was answering. And he asked me questions which I had no idea how to answer. Later on, when we worked together for a few weeks, I said, hey, you know what? You asked me so many questions before, and I felt like I'm a little bit crazy lady because I answered you the way I would never answer. And he said, but it's enough to say, I don't know. You know, I don't read. Yeah, I don't exercise now. It's enough to do that. And people's mind would be like, oh my gosh, something's wrong. You know, we are not fine. We have to do something to feel anchored and fine. And actually, if you say, I don't work now, or I don't do anything, you know, it's sounds so ungraspable for the mind that it has nothing else to talk about. It has to make up some topics, and you can just sit next to each other and be with each other because you like to be with each other's energy.
And it can really calm your nervous system down
Yeah.
when you're just fine with it.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
just, you're
But
own it.
we were going through tough times to say certain things like I don't read, I don't meditate even in front of each other and in front of myself into the mirror. I couldn't just admit to myself that hey, I just don't meditate now. I don't want to force it, you know, or I don't exercise, or I don't know. Let's give us a little pause, you know.
A little grace.
Yeah, a little grace. Also, the feeling of guilt is more produced by comparing us with others and in front of other people, right? So let us know how you have it and if you feel a little bit better about yourself after watching this video. We also chose nature for you so you can feel even more calm.
Yeah, thank you so much for being with us. And if you would like to share some more time with us, we also have this video here for you next.